Hey guys, Don Walker here. I just wanted to make a video for anyone out there who's just starting out on the internet. Just to start out, if you're coming onto this video and you're an advanced internet marketer or you already have websites, I just wanted to say please, keep an open mind, because I have people on my list that don't know, and I want to make sure that they understand some basic principles of how the internet works so they're not really overwhelmed. When I first started out in 2000, 2001, I created my first website. It was a lot easier back then to do that, and a lot of things have changed, especially with Google creating their awesome format and a lot of the guidelines and regulations that they have. It really has been for the better because they have a lot better structure as far as how the search works, and there's a reason why they're successful. So with that being said, when you're on the internet, the first thing you have to understand is how search works. Just as if someone's going into their favorite search engine, you want to be able to market what you have, whether it be a product, a niche market product, a network marketing product. You first have to understand exactly how a customer or a person who's interested in what they're looking for is searching for. So in this case, let's just use basketball tips for example. If I go into this site and Google, you'll see that basketball tips comes up. Okay, this is what people are actually searching for in this case for basketball tips. Now, if you were to actually market this, whether you use a regular website like a storefront website that's stationary, static, we'll go into that in just a moment, or if you use a blog, which is actually preferable because of the content that could be variable, you can constantly add, and Google likes to have content that's constantly being added to a blog. You want to go ahead and understand how you're going to fare with the search. So if I go to the Google AdWords tool, adwords.google.com, you can see that I put in basketball tips right here. I entered search. Usually when there's a captcha code at the bottom here, I already put the search in. You want to select exact. You see broad and exact here. Exact is going to give you the exact search based on the words that you have in search engines. And as you can see where the brackets are, 1,600 as far as local monthly searches, and global monthly searches are at 2,900. Now, basketball tips is considered a short tail keyword, and I'll get more into that later as far as breaking down those individual things. Short tail keywords are very competitive, so as time goes on, if this word gets more competitive, the searches are going to increase for this, and you have to do a lot more things to actually make sure that you rank on the first page. In this case here, when I put in basketball tips, you can see that this person at the very top, there's no paid ads on this, they're ranking on the first page. So out of 2,900 searches, exact, the broad search is 22,200, but exact search, 2,900, this person here is ranking on the first page, which is great because now they're going to be able to get more traffic. So if I actually click on this link here to see what this site is about, this looks like a blog. So yeah, it's not bad actually. It's pretty good. So you see here that there's articles here and all kinds of different tabs and stuff like this. The first thing that I want to do is see exactly where this person's ranking for ihoops.com. I want to know, how long they've been on. So I want to know exactly more about this website. So I'm doing a search. Now, not too great. 66,121 ranked, and only 353 sites linking in. And in the world, they're ranking 271,774. That's not that great because that means that this person owns this domain. It's not like a major brand name like, of course, Google. It takes a lot of time to rank like that. It takes a lot of time to build authority because this person's site is not a PR, more likely not a PR5, not a PR7 site. That's fair to say, and I'll get more into what that means in another video. But this person, you can tell, doesn't have a lot of authority. However, for this particular keyword, they ranked on the first page, which is great. So they're doing a good job of doing that, and that's exactly what you want to do. Let me show you an example of a free blog that my wife created here, and I want to show you some things. So it's a nice looking blog. She's into yoga and she likes kid stuff, and this is pretty and it's really elegant. She's having to go and create all this stuff herself, and this is kind of off the backbone of WordPress.com, which does have authority, does rank, which is great. The issue with this is that there aren't any plugins, there's no theme. She's having to do everything from scratch. So it takes a lot more time and effort to do it, and she just really wants to figure out how to do this. There's nothing wrong with doing this, but as far as profit, which if you're on the internet to generate profit, imagine how much more time it's going to take to rank your domain. And in this case, we looked at the ihoops.com, which is a basketball one, just for an example. How much time it's going to take to rank, maybe 6 months to a year, to where you're indexed by Google to even get any kind of like recognition, and you're in the business to make profit. You don't have time to wait 6 months to 12 months with your domain. You need to really move quickly here, and not to mention with a free site like this, you have to load everything in yourself. It takes a lot of time and effort to do this, to be able to provide all the information as possible. Now, in this case, my wife and I, Paula, we use, let me go to a site here. We use the EmpowerNetwork.com site, and the beautiful thing about this is it's pretty much set to go. You really only need to really set up an account, really 5 to 10 minutes, and you're already blogging and posting, and it's a beautiful thing. If I go to an actual blog post, let me go to the last one that I have, because I'm going to blog today, of course, but I wanted to make this video for anyone out there just starting out. I have a lot of friends still that I connect with on the internet that want to know what I do, and they don't know. They've never set up a website before, and that's what compelled me to make this video. So this was my last blog post, and look at the format of this. Real basic, real easy to read. I have pictures in here. It's really fun. More than 5. I got a video here with Jason Moffat. It's really easy to do this, and it's fun. There's a little commentation at the bottom here. You want to do this. You want to start having a presence on the internet, and the beautiful thing about having a blog is that you constantly can have a lot of comments, and Google really, really likes commentation, feedback. They like for you to have a lot of likes and comments, because it's becoming to be a form of ranking for them, and that's the thing that you have to understand. So that's a basic thing. Now, what's the difference between that and a stationary website? I'll go back to the one here that we used to market Amazon a long time ago before we moved to Colorado. We can't in this state, unfortunately. But Amazon is a really great site. It's come a long way. And as you can see, the layout of the site, it's very, product I guess, focused, because of the links and the tabs and the menus. It's all geared towards selling stuff, not content. And I'm sure there's content stuff here too you can find. But look, you can sign in, you can join, there's a cart. It's really more for like buying things. So this is not really considered this is not a blogging platform at all, so there's no content. I'm sure there's reviews. But look, everything here is based on products and buying products. So becoming an affiliate of Amazon in your state, it's a great thing, because you can actually start to sell and make commissions off some of these items, and I highly recommend doing so, just like ClickBank as well. Now, that's the difference between a blog and a regular website if you are at this level. If I go back over to Alexa, let's see exactly where Amazon is ranked, see how much authority they have. They're 5, so and 8 in global, so you understand that it gets a lot of traffic. So the more traffic a site gets, the better it is. Now, I'm going to show you something here that I like, because if I go to EmpowerNetwork.com, EmpowerNetwork.com just started out. Last time I did a review on this, it was at 200 something, but now we're up to 169. We're working to be in the top 50 sites, which is a great thing. Now, what does this mean for you just starting out with a new business? Well, first of all, you can market anything you want using this blogging platform, which is great. It doesn't matter what kind of products you want to market. You can market using Amazon products. You can go to clickbank.com and sell affiliate products. But the beautiful thing about EmpowerNetwork.com is that they have an affiliate program as well, with an internet marketing training platform for anyone just starting out. That's the beautiful thing. You can market those products as well. But as time goes on, the site is ranking higher and higher. What does that mean for you? Well, it's going to put you on a site and a domain that has a lot of authority, so people can find you better in the search engines. If I just go back to Google, and anything to do with Empower Network, I I just put Empower Network in. It's just everywhere. I mean, there's reviews and everything. And we're just getting everywhere. You can see Dave Wood with his funny face there. This guy can do it. Exactly. If this guy can do it, you can too. It's just hilarious. What Empower Network has done as far as like the type of exposure for people just starting out. Now, if you're a seasoned marketer and you have your own domain, which I'm definitely saying there's nothing wrong with that, you should. You want to go ahead and do that too. You want to go ahead and start out. Let's say, for example, you go to GoDaddy. I prefer GoDaddy because GoDaddy is known for having domains. There's other ones out there. WordPress sells their own domains. HostGator does as well. The combo that I prefer is GoDaddy and HostGator because they're just known to load faster and it's a lot easier to use in my opinion. So if you go to GoDaddy and you just put in your name here, you can get your own search. I mean, as low as like $10. I highly recommend you doing that and reserve your domain. Now if you go to HostGator, that's around $10 to $15 for GoDaddy. And HostGator, this is a hosting site. So when you have a domain, you have to have hosting to have content on your domain and upload like a blog. This runs anywhere. I mean, you see special offers here per month. This is not probably the faster package. The more domains you have, the more it's going to cost you because you have to have more storage, and that they're going to charge you for that. Now, you can get away with having like one of these, like we have like I think the Baby Crocs package for like $60-something a year, which is great. Now, what is the problem with having your own domain with GoDaddy and having your own hosting service and starting your own blog? Well, the problem with that is, let me show you, for example, if I go back to Alexa, that is relatively new. You don't have any, you got to start from ground zero. You got to start from scratch. So if I do a search on mine that is reserved, look at the ranking of this, 17 million. It's going to take forever for me, if I were by myself, to have any kind of ranking. I mean, we're talking 6 months to a year for me just loading content. To even be indexed by Google would take me about 6 months for them to acknowledge that I am to be recognized. Like, this person needs to be ranked or indexed because they have content that they're participating in the game, more or less. Now, the beautiful thing with Empower, the reason why we like it, like I said before, is because you get to use the authority of the domain to get started for only $25. It's really beautiful. Now, what I'm doing, to be honest with you, is I'm using the Empower Network site to leverage, and for example, a site like this that my wife created, we're using these domain names to backlink off the Empower Network site because we want leverage. And if you're coming in, it doesn't matter what kind of business you have, you want to use a blogging platform. Of course, eventually you want to have your own domain name and your own hosting. It does take a lot of time for Google to index you and to get known and to start ranking. As you can see, mine is just, I'm like a needle in a haystack here. You want to be able to leverage off of a website like EmpowerNetwork.com because they have a lot of authority. This website, I believe, has been around since 2001 or 2. I think that the actual domain has been around for a very long time. I'm going to try to find that here on the site. You can just go to Alexa.com and find out how long this website's been around. It's been around for a very long time. I think it's, at least since 2001, 2002. And now you're starting to leverage off a site that has a lot of authority, so you can start to market better and to start getting more traffic like we do to ours. Now, that's about the blogging in website stuff. Another thing you want to do is you want to, hold on just a moment, you want to start your own Facebook account. In this case here, a fan page. You want to, let me go back to the site here, create a fan page as soon as possible because this is the best way to have a presence on the internet. You're going to definitely, oh, hold on just a moment. I've got to find, there we go. So you want to go ahead and start doing this as soon as possible, whether you have your own personal name or a business name, because As you know, Facebook is the second rank, let me just show you here. I'll show it to you. Facebook.com, second most visited website, number 2 in the United States and number 2 in the world. That's why it's very important to create a Facebook account as soon as possible, so you can have people come into your site, people come into your Facebook page, and you can start using a lot of links here to leverage yourself and really create a lot of traffic here. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. When I first started out with Facebook, I was terrible with this, and I didn't know what all this meant. You want to be able to get likes actually on your page and not outside. Do not use any kind of paid advertising, like with Fiverr especially. You don't want to buy likes. It's okay to have advertisements with Facebook and say like this, but you have to be careful, because if they like something, they got to like you, and you have to focus on providing a lot of value, because they come to your page and they say, man, this is really helpful, and they like it, they're going to stick around. But do not buy likes. A lot of people buy likes, and it just really is going to hurt you in the long run. You want a lot of engagement, and you want these numbers to go up, and you want a lot of reach. As you can see here, my weekly total reach is going up. That's the whole purpose of this, so just a little bit on that. Another thing too is I highly recommend you starting a Gmail account. Let me go over here and show you what I mean by that. If I go to Gmail, and this is another account that I set up here, and I'm gonna click on Google Plus. You want to have one of these or several of these, because Google is just so big now, and you want to have your content shared here. If I go over here to my profile, you see what I share, a lot of articles and stuff here, and you can plus one and all that stuff. It's going to really get you a lot more ranking, and if you're sharing this with your actual blogs, you're going to be able to get more traffic for whatever niche market that you have. Really easy, simple way to get started. Another thing, this is very easy. You want to go to YouTube and set up your first YouTube account. Very basic. I mean, it's just the easiest thing ever. So if I go to my video manager page, you can see this is just one of the accounts that I have. You want to be able to do this. If I go to the actual channel, you'll see what it looks like in a channel format right here. Very basic, nothing fancy. This is just one of the ones that I use. And you want to just start making videos. You want to start, expressing who you are and sharing, because people, are looking for what you have, and they want to know who you are. So really easy to do. Like I said before, you may be more advanced in internet marketing. I wanted to show people that are just starting out that don't know, because I mean, realistically, there are millions of people getting on the internet now just starting out, and this is the way of the future. I worked in retail for years. I worked in the offline market. I'm actually a 6-figure earner in direct sales. I've been so for 10 years. I started out on the internet a long time ago, and I really didn't take it seriously because I was making money on the offline market. But now that my wife and I want to have more time with our children, we're definitely more focused on building more websites to free our time up, and we're on a mission to help other people do so as well. Thanks for watching my video, and stay tuned.